To Florida now, where Zika might be spreading. Health officials say that there's possibly 2 new local non-travel related cases. They appeared in the major tourist hotspot of Miami Beach, which is just outside the Zika zone in Wynwood. This would bring the total to 35 across the state. However, there are conflicting reports over where the new cases came from. The mayor of Miami Beach says there's no epidemic in his town.
There is no epidemic, there's no outbreak of Zika on Miami Beach. There are 2 unconfirmed cases, the county says, but and the health department says, but they've not been confirmed for Miami Beach. So at this point right now, we're doing everything we can to make sure. But I think it's important for everyone to understand that whether it's Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County, I think we can expect to see Zika popping up here and there, but not at epidemic levels.
All right, David Begnaud is in Miami Beach. David, we heard the mayor there say there's no cluster, there's no epidemic. What are you hearing?
So we have 2 different health officials that are telling CBS News that there is a cluster of cases here on Miami Beach. Look, health officials are saying it's not true. We have 2 different sources who are telling us what they're saying is not true. So the bottom line is we lay it out and we let you decide. The governor of Florida is going to have a news conference today at noon. We don't know what he's going to say, but I can tell you his office said last night that the New York Times reporting, which is the same as ours, the Miami Herald reporting, which says the same thing as the New York Times and ours, the governor's office said yesterday those are wrong, flat out wrong. And I called them multiple times and I said, I just want to be clear. You're saying that our reporting, the Times, the Herald, CBS News, everyone is wrong. And she said, yes. Our official statement is there are cases in Miami-Dade County that are outside of the Zika zone, but we believe that those cases trace back to the Zika zone. Why is it such a big deal? It's not just semantics. Here's why. Because all the cases as of now have been traced back to that 1 square mile area of Wynwood. But Anne Marie, here's where it becomes important. If there's a case that doesn't trace back to Wynwood, that means you've got local transmission in a new area. That means you might have a new Zika zone and a brand new travel advisory. Because remember, women are being told not to go to the Wynwood area by the CDC. The CDC's never issued a travel advisory in the continental U.S. This is the first time they've done it, and they did it for Zika. So that's why we're trying to figure out for sure, and that's why it's so important. These cases here on Miami Beach that officials are not confirming, but we are reporting based on our sources. Are they locally transmitted? Was it emanating from here and sort of originating out with new cases, or do they trace back to Wynwood? We're hoping the governor gives us some kind of update at noon.
Yeah, well, it certainly means a lot of money. Very popular tourist spot where you're standing right there. I think if everyone keeps themselves protected,
definitely.
that will be good. David Begnaud, thank you so much.